Well, let's see. Bryce was born here in Syracuse, and he had a normal childhood, although he was a firstborn, so we probably coddled him a little bit. Happy is the to the happy Easter. Just a really smiley baby. He's still that way. He's always got a smile on his face. He's just a positive kid.
Bryce actually started when he was 5 years old. He came home from school and he had a flyer that basically had a month special for martial arts karate at the time. Brought it home, wanted to get involved, and I kind of, rolled my eyes and thought, here we go.
Come on, get him! Show one! Yes!
That's kind of where it all took off, and Bryce was kind of chasing that black belt level, getting his first black belt, and he always played other sports, so it took him maybe a little longer than a lot of the other students, because we didn't just make it all about karate for him. We wanted this to become a way of life and something that he would be in long term.
Bryce, 15 years old, from Liverpool, New York. I fight because I grew up watching people do it, such as Kevin, my role models, Louis Ashkar, the whole Ashkar family, Mr. Andrello himself, AJ. I grew up watching it. When I was just 10, I went to the first fights at the Holiday Inn and I just loved it. And I said, I gotta do it someday. There's nobody in the ring that I know is going to have as good a conditioning as me. That's because of all the work I'm putting in at Kyle's. Kyle, Bryce, Dylan, Bryce, they both train me, and I know I work harder than anybody, so that's why my conditioning's so good.
Come up, corset, squeeze, come right back down. Notice how I'm not coming all the way down. The bench is in my way. That's okay, because I want to see you burn.
He just met Kyle a little over a year and a half ago, but they've grown very close. He takes care of all his conditioning, his nutrition, his eating, so he's been fortunate to have him.
It's been rough because he comes home and has maybe an hour, and then, no, not even an hour, and then he goes to strength and speed training for an hour, comes back, and he's got about 2 hours to eat again and do homework for about an hour and a half, if it takes that long. Then he goes again to his training camp, his fight training.
You're going to keep your chin down, head movement. They're just blocking, they're just moving away from center. So if I have Bryce here and I'm working him, his hands are just up. He's not countering, he's just moving. I'm just trying to find spots. So I'm here, I'm like, boom, I'm just hitting. So we're moving around, and I can be explosive.
I first met Bryce when he was 5 years old. He came in as a traditional martial arts student, and it's led up to now.
He's not allowing himself to get lazy. So I'm slipping punching from every angle. That's what I'm looking for. You got it? All right, get with your partner. You're not punching.
He's like another dad to me. He'll correct me when I'm doing something wrong. He's always there for me. It's a type of relationship where if you mess up, he's gonna tell you. He's not gonna ride over it like everything's okay, He's gonna tell you, which is good. It's what I need. I mean, I'm so lucky to have him in my life. He's a great person.
Bryce has a very unique style. I think some people call him real aggressive, which he is, but he can transition between speed and power moving in and out. He can fight going backwards and forward. He prefers to go forward. But if you were to overall kind of summarize it, I would say he's definitely a forward, aggressive, high output, energized fighter.
He's a man-child.
Put socks on.
Bryce really honestly is one of those people that if he wants to do something, he's just got to stick to it. And no matter what it is, whether it's fighting or it's a different sport or, I mean, business-wise for that matter, if he wants to do it, he'll do it.
I miss my 1994 shoes.
From 94?
94 Olympics or something.
AJ's like a big brother to me. AJ's like one of my good friends, and I've got so much more skill implanted in my game through AJ. We spent so many days hitting the pads, boxing, getting the mechanics down, and we still are. So AJ's like a big brother. He's a great guy too.
Other role models, I think, are some of the fighters he's around: Kevin Van Ostrand, Louis Ashgar, Josh Ricci. These guys that have really formed him into who he is today, and really taken this little runt that started in class and brought him up and had a huge part of his success.
Kevin is another big brother to me. He's kind of like, I'm on the same lines of AJ. Kevin I look up to as a role model as well. I mean, in kickboxing, he has one of the best styles I've ever seen in my life. He can be one of the best fighters ever. And I just look up to him. I want to mimic his style and just pick a few parts out of his game just so I can implant it into mine and take it in.
All right. Yeah, I know. I actually 10 seconds. 10-second penalty.
Racks of stuff. There might be some on the racks. Hey. All right, check out. You missed it? I would never miss. Huh? I know. You didn't even feel it?
On a fight day, it's kind of funny because I joke around with people on Bryce's team and in his camp. Because on a typical fight day, Bryce is extremely relaxed. And I'll often grab him and say, hey, you got to fight in a few hours. And he just said, yeah, I'm good.
My opponent, Machine Williams, how I would describe him. He's a great fighter. He fights like Floyd Mayweather a little bit. He's got a lot of skill, technique. He's been boxing for a long time. I guess he's got over 190 something fights, 200 fights, something like that. So he's a lot more experienced than I am. But what I should do is I shouldn't use my emotions. I shouldn't fight with my emotions. I should stick to the game plan. I should cut off the rein. I shouldn't chase him around. And I should go to the body because he's moving his head around. It's hard to hit. So, yeah, hopefully everything goes okay.
Sometimes I don't like it because if the guy is really big or something, I think he's gonna get put in the hospital. But then again, once he starts fighting, I'm fine with it because usually he just wins.
It's very hard to watch. And I'm a nurse, so I know the medical side of what can happen with head injury, so that makes it more scary for me. But when your son has a passion for something, I had no choice but to support it. So.
Keep your hands up. No way. No way out of it. Bring it straight forward. You go. Lungs eat a dick, nigga. Lungs eat a dick, nigga. We gon' fight over here, nigga. Come on.
We'll be out at times and somebody will come up to him, and I don't even know if they know his real name at times, but they say, "Hey, are you the golden boy?" And, you know, kind of gives a smirk. So it's funny, but I think he has fun with it, and it doesn't, we try not to let it go to his head. So that's the big thing.
Keep your hands up, Bryce. Let's go, blue corner.
He doesn't really have an ego. In fact, I think he has the opposite of an ego. Sometimes you gotta get him to come out of his shell a little bit. So that's the perfect name for him.
Keep that pressure, blue corner.